greetings from ToastFlix. I'll be your host, Pete. Uh, Today, Toastmaster Pranav, the new managing director of ToastFlix, will now brief you all about the current scenario of the company. Now, may I now welcome Toastmaster Pranav. Good evening, Toastmasters and guests. Uh, Thank you all for nominating me as your new managing director of the company. As a new managing director, I would like to bring about some changes in how the company works, keeping in mind the COVID-19 scenario. You might have heard the news that ToastFlix is looking for some new faces to rebuild the company. Um, as you all know that ToastFlix mainly features only pranks gone wrong videos and old people dancing to Old Town Road. So with the number of streams reducing every day, we need more innovative ideas. We need fresh ideas. We need people who think fresh. This is the reason why I have decided that why don't I just pick one of you to fill in the various innovative posts rather than outsource it from someone else. Let me explain my plan to you. I quickly scouted the net and I found out that cat videos are the most hot topic of the day. And I suggest that Toastmaster Karthik, I believe that you have 3 cats. Why don't you head this division? I would love if you head this division. Especially, please post videos about cats doing funny things like humans making cats pretend to play piano or even painting by giving cats a paintbrush. Oh, speaking of paintbrush, Toastmaster Harsha, uh, you see, nowadays there are a lot of videos on the internet surfacing about painting. That is, I don't know, I think people like to watch other people slowly move their paint across along a line. And since Toastmaster Harsha, you're the expert on brushstroke, I believe that you would be the right person to head this department. Now, keeping in mind the quarantine, there are a lot of things which people have to overcome. That one of them is making do with whatever they have around them. I see that DIY videos, DIY scrap videos, and cooking videos are the new norm. I suggest that Toastmaster Suprita take up DIY or even Zoom fails or Zoom meetings after our experience with the changing of virtual background things. And I propose that Toastmaster Meghna take up the teaching how to cook department. You can teach them how to make your famous aloo cheese balls. Now, due to all this change in management system because we are really creating new departments, the hierarchy will also change. And this is my plan for establishing a new hierarchy with the system. I suggest that each department will be headed by one person, with whom I've just picked now. And under each department, they'll have different divisions. There will be 4 divisions per department: the procurement, the research, the execution, and the public relation department. The projects and tasks will be assigned by each department head to each of the division heads. And the division heads will, the representative of the division heads will now report to the head of the department. And the head of the department will report to me. As the department heads are experts in their own fields, like cats, cooking, and cooking, I suggest that they give their projects and scouting videos to their divisions. I will not interfere with them. Now, I will suggest one more thing, which might make a few people a little uncomfortable. I wanted to change the way we conduct our meets. Our meets, I know we conduct generally using Zoom, Google Sheets, and Slack, but I suggest we start using this software called Notion. And I say that I understand that all of you will have a little difficulty and some of you will be uncomfortable using it, but I have my reasons for choosing Notion as a service. Now, one more thing is, if you have any problem learning any software, or forget software, if you have any problem learning any task or understanding the task, I'm going to implement from today what is called the 15-minute rule. What is this 15-minute rule? So if you ever come across a problem or are stuck in a problem, I suggest that you spend 15 minutes Bring in all your concentration, gather all your willpower, bolster up all the strength you have, take up everything up your arsenal, and start solving the problem. For the next 15 minutes, you will be solving the problem, and only then will you report to the superior. This has two outcomes. One is that you actually solve the problem, and the other is that when you go to your superior asking for help, the superior won't think that you have just simply asked for help because you feel it's difficult. He'll actually know that you've actually gone through the process of understanding what it is. Now, I understand that changing management, and some of you who have not voted for me as a managing director may have some concerns regarding my management style or how everything fits. For that, I've decided I'm going to set up a box where you can voice your concerns anonymously, write it on a sheet of paper, and drop it. With any company changing, that is the structure and organization of a company changing, especially during these times, I understand it's difficult for some of you and it's difficult for all of us. But my job as a managing director is to give you strategies and tips and tricks on actually how to mitigate your discomfort and help you solve problems. With my tips and strategies, which I've just discussed on top, and the organizational structure and the management plan I've just put forward to you, I believe that we can make the company good again. Let's take ToastFlix to where it's supposed to be, at the top of the industry and where it'll always be. Thank you, and I'll now hand over the session to Mr. Pete. Mr. Pete? Thank you, Mr. Pranav. That'll be all for today's briefing session. Your project and your assignments will now be on your desks. Have a nice day, everyone. Good evening. Over to the Toastmaster of the day.